You ever notice how fast life changes? One moment you're on top of the world feeling invincible. The next, everything shifts. People move away, situations evolve, feelings fade. This is the nature of life. Everything is impermanent. It's not just a cliche, it's a fundamental truth. Think about your emotions joy, anger, sadness. They all come and go like waves in the ocean. You might feel on cloud nine one day and overwhelmed the next. That's natural. The highs and lows aren't permanent states, no matter how deeply you experience them in the moment. Now look around you. The people in your life, your relationships, they're all temporary. We often assume they will last forever, but that's not reality. Friends drift apart, loved ones pass away. Situations we rely on, jobs, homes, routines, all change or end. Clinging to the idea that things will remain the same only causes suffering. When you fully understand this, something shifts inside you. Instead of fearing change, you start appreciating the present more deeply. You learn to savor moments without trying to hold on to them. You cherish your loved ones with more gratitude because you know they won't always be there. This awareness is the heart of Stoicism. The ancient Stoics believed that recognizing impermanence helps us live better. It frees us from attachment and teaches us to focus on what truly matters, the here and now. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more slips through your fingers. But if you relax your hand and let it flow naturally, you feel peace. Life's moments are like that sand. Trying to hold them forever just brings pain. So what can you do with this truth? Start by being present. When you're with someone, really be with them. Put your phone away. Listen deeply. When you enjoy something, savor it fully without rushing to the next thing. And when difficult times come, because they will, remind yourself that this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain. This helps build resilience. Impermanence isn't a threat. It's a reminder to live fully, love fiercely, and appreciate every breath. Life throws curveballs. Sometimes it feels like the world is against you. You lose a job unexpectedly, someone betrays your trust, or circumstances shift in ways you never saw coming. It's frustrating. It feels unfair. And yet, there's a powerful truth the Stoics teach us. You can't control what happens to you, only how you respond. Imagine this. You're driving and suddenly another driver cuts you off. Your first instinct? Anger. You might feel your heart race, your fists clench, your words sharpen, but here's the key. That moment between the event and your reaction, that's your power. You can choose to respond with rage, escalating conflict and stress, or you can choose calm, detaching from the urge to react impulsively. This choice shapes not only the situation, but your peace of mind. The Stoics believe that external events are outside our control. The world operates with its own rules. Weather changes, people act unpredictably, life's uncertainties abound. Trying to control these is like trying to stop the ocean's waves with your hands. It's a losing battle. But what you do control is your mind, your thoughts, your judgments, your reactions. This is where your freedom lies. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived unimaginable horrors, once said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Think about how much energy people waste on complaining or resenting things they cannot change. What if instead they focused on managing their reactions, on cultivating calm, understanding, and resilience? This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging your feelings but not letting them dictate your actions. It's about training your mind to pause, reflect, and choose the best path forward, even in the toughest moments. Practicing this mindset changes everything. It turns frustration into patience, fear into courage, confusion into clarity. You reclaim your power not by controlling the world, but by mastering your own inner world. So the next time life throws you a curveball, remember, you don't control the pitch, but you control the swing, and that makes all the difference. Life is raw, it's messy, it's unfair, and it's not waiting for you to be ready. You've probably experienced this, times when no matter how hard you try, the world doesn't seem to give you a break. Bad things happen to good people. Hard work doesn't always pay off. Sometimes it feels like life just isn't on your side. That's a tough pill to swallow. But here's the unfiltered truth the Stoics lived by. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. We grow up believing in fairness, we expect justice, we think the world owes us something. But reality doesn't work that way. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you start to build the mental armor you need to thrive. This acceptance isn't about giving up or becoming cynical. It's about seeing the world clearly without the illusions that cause us pain. When you stop waiting for life to be fair, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminded himself that life's challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities to grow stronger, to build character, to practice patience and courage. Imagine walking into a storm without an umbrella, complaining about the rain. That's what life is like when you expect fairness, but when you accept the storm and prepare for it, you can move through it without being broken. This mindset doesn't make pain disappear. It makes you resilient because fairness is a luxury, not a guarantee. And life's hardships, loss, rejection, failure, these are the crucibles that forge your strength. So, what does preparing mentally look like? It's about controlling what you can, your thoughts, your attitudes, your choices. It's about setting realistic expectations and focusing your energy on what you can influence. It's about saying to yourself, life isn't fair. That's okay. I'll keep moving forward anyway. This radical acceptance frees you from bitterness and opens the door to peace and growth. Because when you prepare your mind for life's unfairness, you stop being crushed by it. You start standing tall in spite of it. Let me ask you something. Imagine waking up tomorrow with an extra $10,000 in your bank account. How would you feel? Excited? Relieved? What if instead you woke up tomorrow with an extra 10 hours in your day, 10 extra hours that didn't exist yesterday? How would that feel? Chances are most people would value that extra time far more than the money. Because here's the hard truth nobody talks about enough. Time is the one asset we all have, but most of us waste without even realizing it. Money? You can make it back. Jobs? You can find another. People? They might come and go. But time? Once it's gone forever. Every second slipping through your fingers is a moment you'll never get back. It's like sand falling through an hourglass. No matter how tight you hold, it keeps flowing. And yet, paradoxically, many of us treat time like it's endless, like it will always be there waiting for us to get around to living. The Stoics knew this well. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." That statement cuts deeper than you might think. Why do we waste time? Because time is invisible. It's not like money you can count or a physical object you can hold. It just slips away quietly, often unnoticed, while we get caught up in distractions, worries, and endless tasks. Think about how many hours a day you spend scrolling on your phone, just mindlessly flipping through social media, videos, news feeds. How many times do you find yourself busy but never really doing what matters? How often do you say, "I don't have time," when what you really mean is, "I'm choosing to spend my time on other things"? Here's the reality. Time is your most valuable currency. It's the currency with which you pay for your life. Every decision you make about how to spend your time is an investment. The question is, what are you investing in? Are you spending your days chasing someone else's goals, living to meet other people's expectations? Or are you investing in your own dreams, your growth, your happiness? Let me share a story. There was a man named John who worked 60 hours a week in a high-stress corporate job. He was chasing a promotion, a bigger paycheck, the kind of success that looked good on paper. But his health was failing, his relationships were strained, he was exhausted and unhappy. One day, after missing another important family event, he sat alone in his office staring at a photo of his children. It hit him. He was spending his most precious asset, time, on things that didn't truly matter to him. John quit that job. He started a small business doing something he loved. It wasn't as glamorous and it didn't pay as much, but it gave him time to be present with his family, to take care of his health, to live intentionally. John's story isn't unique. Many people wake up too late to realize they've been trading time for temporary rewards that leave them empty. The Stoics teach us that to live well, we must treat time like the treasure it is. This means setting clear priorities, saying no to distractions, being mindful of how you spend your minutes. Here's a practical step you can take right now. Track how you spend your time for a few days. Write down everything: work, leisure, scrolling your phone, talking with friends, even daydreaming. When you see it on paper, patterns emerge. You might be shocked how much time you're losing to things that don't add value. From there, you can start to make changes. Schedule time for what truly matters, whether that's creative work, learning, relationships, or rest.
Protect that time fiercely. Remember, time isn't just about productivity, it's also about presence. It's about showing up fully in the moments you have, because time spent rushing, worrying, or distracted is time lost. The Stoics also remind us to reflect on mortality, not to scare us, but to wake us up. Knowing that our time is limited should inspire urgency and clarity, not panic. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Being good here means living with intention, with purpose, with gratitude for every moment. So ask yourself, if this were your last day, how would you spend it? Would you scroll your phone, waste it on petty arguments, or would you connect with loved ones, pursue a passion, simply breathe and appreciate the world around you? No one knows how much time they have, but everyone knows how much they've already lost. The question is, what will you do with the time you still hold? Because time is the most precious asset you'll ever have. Treat it like gold, protect it like treasure, and live every moment as if it's the most important one.
Life's chaos can feel overwhelming. Every day we're bombarded with news, unexpected events, and other people's drama. It's easy to feel powerless, like the world is spinning out of control and you're just along for the ride. But here's the profound insight the Stoics passed down. Your power lies not in controlling the world, but in controlling yourself. Think about the last time you were upset by something outside your control. Maybe traffic made you late or someone said something hurtful. How much time did you spend stewing about it? How much energy did you waste? You cannot change other people's actions, nor the events around you, but you can change your response. You can change your mindset. You can choose peace instead of chaos. This is what Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher who was once a slave, taught. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, is the one place where you have absolute control. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Outside, storms rage. Inside, you decide whether to let them in or stand firm. This focus on internal control frees you from the tyranny of circumstances. No matter what happens outside, you can cultivate calm, strength, and clarity inside. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending everything's fine. It's about acknowledging your feelings without letting them hijack your decisions. When you build this inner resilience, life's difficulties lose their power over you. You start seeing challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to despair. But how do you actually do this? How do you train your mind to focus on what you can control? One powerful practice is daily reflection. Take time each day to examine your thoughts and actions. Ask yourself, did I react calmly to situations today? Did I let things outside my control disturb my peace? What can I do differently tomorrow to focus more on my inner world? Journaling helps. Writing down your reflections brings awareness. Awareness creates choice, and choice is freedom. Another tool is mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts but not entangled in them. When a negative thought arises, observe it without judgment and let it pass. This habit rewires your mind to detach from unnecessary suffering. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every small step toward controlling your inner world builds your strength and peace. Consider Viktor Frankl, who endured unimaginable suffering but found meaning and freedom through controlling his attitude. His story proves that no matter how harsh the external world, the inner world remains yours to command. So focus on your inner fortress, guard it well, cultivate calm and wisdom. This is your truest power, because when you control yourself, you control your life. Life is not a smooth road paved with gold. It's rugged, full of potholes, unexpected twists, and moments where you might feel like giving up. Pain and failure, these are not just side effects of life, they're essential parts of the journey. The Stoics didn't view failure as something to avoid at all costs. Instead, they embraced it as a necessary teacher, a furnace where character is forged and strength is born. Imagine a blacksmith hammering metal over a blazing fire. The metal endures intense heat and blows, but it comes out stronger and shaped with purpose. Your failures and pains are those fires and hammer strikes. When you fail, it's not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to learn, adjust, and grow. When you feel pain, it signals that something matters deeply to you, and it's a chance to build resilience. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset turned failure into progress. But accepting failure doesn't mean resigning yourself to defeat. It means shifting your perspective, seeing obstacles not as dead ends, but as challenges to overcome. Pain, too, has value. Emotional pain from loss or heartbreak can deepen your empathy and understanding. Physical pain can teach you limits and help you appreciate health. Stoicism teaches that the pain itself is neutral. It's your judgment about the pain that creates suffering. You can choose to face pain with courage and acceptance rather than fear and resistance. How do you start embracing failure and pain? Start small. When you face a setback, pause and reflect. What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Is this failure defining me, or am I defining it? Journaling your reflections helps you internalize these lessons. Another powerful practice is visualization. Imagine the worst-case scenario and mentally prepare yourself. This technique, used by Stoics like Seneca, reduces fear and builds mental toughness. Remember, every successful person has a story of failure behind them. It's the ability to keep moving forward that separates those who succeed from those who give up. So don't shy away from pain or failure. Welcome them as part of your growth. Stand tall in the face of adversity and know that these experiences are shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. In the words of Nietzsche, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. The Stoics would agree. The past is gone. The future is uncertain. The only reality we truly have is this moment, right here, right now. Yet, how often do we find ourselves trapped in regrets about what we didn't do or anxieties about what might happen? We forget that life unfolds in the present, and the present is all we can ever truly live. Stoicism teaches us that living fully in the present moment is the key to a meaningful life. Imagine a beautiful sunrise. It's fleeting, a moment of light and color that will never repeat exactly the same way. Yet, if you're distracted by worries or regrets, you might miss its beauty entirely. This is the essence of presence, noticing, appreciating, and fully engaging with life as it happens. When you live in the present, you stop wasting energy on what's beyond your control. You stop letting fears of the future or sorrows of the past steal your peace. But being present isn't always easy. Our minds are wired to wander, to worry, to plan. That's why mindfulness, the practice of gently bringing your attention back to the here and now, is so powerful. Start simple. Take a few minutes each day to focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, or the sounds around you. Notice when your mind drifts and bring it back without judgment. Living in the present also means taking deliberate action now. The future is built on what you do today. Procrastination is the enemy of presence. Remember the Stoic phrase, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path." Every challenge you face is an opportunity to act in the moment. By embracing the present, you empower yourself to make choices that align with your values and goals. You stop waiting for a perfect time. You start living now. One powerful tool is gratitude. Taking time to appreciate what you have right now shifts your mindset from lack to abundance. Think about the small things: a warm cup of coffee, a smile from a stranger, the feeling of the sun on your skin. These moments, when noticed, add up to a rich life. Living in the present also deepens your relationships. When you're truly present with others, you listen better, connect more deeply, and create lasting bonds. But what about when the present moment is painful? When you're facing loss, hardship, or uncertainty? Stoicism doesn't ask you to deny pain, but to accept it fully and courageously. Pain becomes bearable when you refuse to resist it or let it define you. Instead, you acknowledge it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. This acceptance transforms suffering into strength. So embrace the present moment with all its beauty and challenges. Live fully now, because this moment is your life.